Hey everyone, Adam Smith here, and the most powerful conversations you'll ever have aren't with other people, they're with an AI that knows you better than you know yourself. Now, before you think I've completely lost it, let me ask you something. How many of you have been journaling for months, just maybe years, writing page after page, and yet you still feel like you're going in circles? You're pouring your heart out on paper, but somehow you're not getting the breakthrough insights you're hoping for. Well, that's about to change because today I'm going to show you how you can transform your journal from a passive diary to the most insightful conversation partner you've ever had. Look, I love journaling. I've been doing it for years, but let's be honest about something most people won't tell you. Traditional journaling has some serious limitations. First, we're terrible at spotting our own patterns. I mean, really terrible. You could write, I'm feeling anxious about work 50 times over 3 months, and you might never connect it to the fact that it only happens on Sundays when you're dreading Monday morning. Second, we're masters of all self deception. We tell ourselves stories, we rationalize, and avoid the hard truths. Your journal becomes the echo chamber where you're basically having the same conversation with yourself over and over again. And third, and this is the big one, we don't know what question to ask ourselves. We sit there staring at a blank page thinking, what should I write about today? So we default to complaining about traffic or documenting what we had for lunch. But here's what changed everything for me. About 6 months ago, I started experimenting with AI as my journaling partner. I'm talking about tools you probably already have. The results, mind blowing. By the way, if you're looking for a professional writing guide, check the link in the description below this video, and there is a free present for you. It will teach you how to utilize the system called Hero's Journey. Check it out. If you find this video interesting, you'll find the guide interesting as well. Now back to our business. So what makes AI such a powerful journaling companion? Three things. First, pattern recognition. AI doesn't get tired, it doesn't forget. Feed it 3 months of your journal entries and spots patterns you never saw coming. Hey Adam, I noticed that every time you mention feeling stuck in your business, it's within 48 hours of a conversation with your brother. Want to explore that? This actually happened to me. Turns out my brother has this way of questioning my decisions that sends me into analysis paralysis. I never would have connected those dots without AI pointing it out. Second, unbiased question. Your friends and family, they have agendas. They want to make you feel better, or they project their own stuff onto you. AI doesn't care about your feelings in that way, and that's actually a good thing. It'll ask you the questions no one else will. You say you want to start the podcast, you mentioned it 17 times in the last months without taking action. What's really stopping you? Third, infinite patience. Ever try to process the same issue with a friend multiple times? They get frustrated. They say, we have talked about this before. AI doesn't care. You can explore the same theme for 50 different times and angles until you finally get a breakthrough. Now, the practical system. Here's the system I use, and it takes maybe 20 minutes a day. First step, the brain dump, 5 minutes. Every morning, I do what I call a brain dump, stream of consciousness, no editing, just whatever is in my head, work, stress, relationship stuff, what that weird dream I had, everything goes down. The key here is not self-censor. AI works best when you give it raw, unfiltered data. Step 2, the AI analysis, 10 minutes. This is where the magic happens. I take my entry and I paste it into ChatGPT or Claude, whatever AI tool you prefer, with a simple prompt. Here's my journal entry from today. What patterns do you notice? What questions should I be asking myself? What am I avoiding? And then I let AI do its thing. The insights that come back are often stunning. It'll connect today's entry with something I wrote 2 weeks ago. It'll ask questions I never thought to ask myself. Now, step 3, deep dive, 5 minutes. Based on AI's analysis, I picked one question or insight and dive deeper. I'll have a back and forth conversation with the AI until it hits something that feels true and actionable. The weekly review, once a week, I feed AI my entire words of entries, and ask for the big picture analysis. What were my main themes this week? What progress did I make? What patterns should I be aware of? This weekly review has become absolutely invaluable for course correcting and maintaining momentum. Let me share some real examples of breakthroughs I have had using this system. Example number one, the productivity paradox. For months, I was writing about feeling unproductive and overwhelmed. Traditional journaling would have had me just venting, but AI noticed something interesting. My unproductive days were actually the days I was doing my most creative work. The AI asked, you label this as unproductive, but you're describing deep thinking, brainstorming, and problem solving. What if productivity isn't about checking boxes, but about creative value? That one question shifted my entire relationship with productivity. Example number two, the later relationship pattern. I was struggling with a friendship that felt draining. Week after week, I'd write about how exhausting this person was. AI spotted the pattern. You mentioned the strength 23 times in 6 weeks, always in the context of feelings. You also mentioned feeling guilty about potentially ending their friendship. What value are in conflict here? That question helped me realize I was prioritizing loyalty over my own well being. It gave me the clarity to have an honest conversation with my friend about my boundaries. And example number three, the fear discovery. This one was subtle. I kept writing about being too busy to work on a book I wanted to write. AI noticed that I never claimed to be too busy for other new projects, only this book. It asked, what would happen if this book was successful? What would happen if it wasn't? The question had a deep fear of being seen as an authority in my field. I was self-sabotaging because success felt scarier than staying small. Without that AI insight, I might still be making excuses about being too busy. Now, advanced techniques. Once you get comfortable with the basic system, here are some advanced techniques that will take your AI-powered journaling to the next level. The persona technique. Ask AI to analyze your entries. Analyze this entry, and if you ask a therapist, or what would a business coach notice about this pattern? Different perspectives reveal different insights. A therapist might focus on emotional patterns, while a business coach might spot self-limiting beliefs about money or success. Time travel method. This one is wild. Feed AI your entries from 6 months ago and ask it to compare them to today's entries. What progress has Adam made? What patterns persist? What advice would you give based on this trajectory? It's like having a conversation with your past self, but with wisdom of insight. Indeed, sometimes I'll ask AI to challenge my assumptions. I'm convinced that my boss doesn't appreciate my work. Play devil's advocate. What evidence contradicts this belief? This helps break you out of victim stories and open up new possibilities for action. The value excavation. Ask AI to identify your core values based on what energizes you or drains you in your entries. Based on this journal entries, what seems to matter most to Adam? When is he most alive? This is incredibly powerful for making decisions aligned with who you actually are. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Before we wrap it up, let me share biggest mistakes people make when they start AI-powered journaling. Mistake number one, asking generic questions. Don't just ask AI, what do you think about this? Be specific. What assumptions am I making? What questions am I not asking? What would someone who loves me point out about this pattern? Mistake number two, not following up. AI gives you an insight and you think, interesting. No, follow up, dig deeper, ask. Can you give me three specific ways to test this theory? Mistake number three, censoring your interest. Remember, AI isn't judging you. The messier and more honest your entries are, the better insights you'll get. Don't clean up your thoughts for AI's sake. Mistake number four, expect an instant transformation. This isn't magic. It's a tool that amplifies your self-awareness. The real transformation happens when you consistently act on the insights you discover. Mistake number five, forgetting privacy. Be mindful of what you're sharing. Use generic names, avoid specific personal details if privacy is a concern. The insights work just as well with anonymized entries. Now, here's what I want you to do. Don't wait. Don't overthink it. Tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, do a brain dump 5 minutes, whatever is in your head, get it into paper or into a document, then copy that entry and paste it into the chat GPT, Claude, or whatever AI tool you prefer. Ask it, what do you notice about this? What questions would I be asking myself? I guarantee you'll be surprised by what comes back. This isn't about replacing human connections or therapy or coaching. It's about having a tool that's available 24/7 that remembers everything, that spots patterns you miss and asks questions you wouldn't think to ask yourself. The most powerful conversations you'll have aren't with other people. They're with an AI that knows you better than you know yourself. But that conversation starts with your willingness to be completely honest, first with yourself and then with your AI partner. Your journal is about to become the most insightful relationship in your life. The question is, are you ready for what it might tell you? That's all for today. I'm Adam Smith. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Cheers.